Hello everyone, I am SkateMan222, and welcome to a tutorial for Kaiketsu Yanchamaru 2 Karakuri Land, also known as Kid Niki 2. This is a part of a trilogy of Kid Niki Famicom games or something like that. I just learned this last night. I got 2 sub-10s, pretty decent times. I wouldn't say I'm the most qualified to make a tutorial, but I guess people wanted a tutorial for this because nobody's learned this yet for Big 20. And I kind of explored a lot of different options, so I kind of want to make a quick tutorial to show what I found. I'm sure there's a lot of other cool strats that I'm not aware of, and I'm sure we can talk about it and, you know, maybe throw in some annotations if that still exists on YouTube. It might not exist anymore, but anyway, let's just get straight to the game. So start the game, and what I like to do is there's an overworld, right? You can actually buffer inputs on the overworld as long as you don't like hold the buttons before you get to the overworld. So in this case, what I do is I press start, and then after I press start, I hold left, and then you can hold start or A. Maybe there's a bunch of different buttons, but either start or A work, as long as it's after you push. Like, once you see the overworld, then you can buffer. So basically, you do like this, buffer left, and I can buffer start, and it starts the level. Alright, so this is the game. It's very different from the first Kid Niki if you're familiar with that, but not this one. Here you can jump around, you can control how high you jump, with A, of course, and B button attacks, and you can't only attack forward, you can also attack, you know, like upwards and downwards. So down B, up E, left, right, whatever. No diagonals, of course, but you can do all that. That's pretty much it. Start pauses the game, but it also opens up a menu. I'm not playing on the translated version. You could also play on like the fan translation if you want to familiarize yourself with the menu. But basically, all these things down here are only usable once you get these eggplant power-ups, which is right there in the menu, right next to like your life meter. So there's like points, health, the amount of lives you have, eggplants, and I don't know what the last thing is actually, but eggplants is right there, the second to last thing. We'll be collecting 3 in the route that I'm doing. You can probably collect more. I've seen like older routes collect like 5+. The eggplants basically use cool power-ups that you only really need to use like once minimum, but there's like some other ones you can use as safeties that I'll point out whenever that's relevant. So you want to jump on these stockings and like Christmas lights or whatever. You can actually stand on those. Just keep on holding right. Now what I like to do here, there's a cake and there's strawberry enemies. I like to count the blocks here on the floor. You want to jump around here. So it's kind of like 3.5 blocks out, right? So like this is half, 1, 2, 3. If you jump from here, you're going to barely land on this. And that way you can chain another jump immediately without stopping. And then I like to do 2 kind of like short jump attacks, so you can like basically as much as you want or as much as you can in the run, you want to be jumping while attacking, because if you attack while you're standing, you're gonna get a standing slash and you just kind of stay on the ground. So whenever you can jump and attack, do it. So I like to use that last attack as a way to jump onto this. Alright, okay, so you want to actually go from this ball to here to here. You can do a lot of different things, of course. This is just what I do. Down slash that guy. Do the exact same thing here. It's the exact same pattern. 5 strawberries on the cake. I like to go up here, and I just hold right, and you fall into this pit. It's not actually a pit. It's like a little bonus area. Here's a cake. And all these little bells over here, if you slash them, they'll have like some sort of thing you can pick up. Most of the time it's points, which is irrelevant. But there's other things that I'll demonstrate here because it basically shows almost everything here. So let's see, that's points, that's points. Whenever you see a head like this, that actually refills 1 point of health. I'm already at full health, so this doesn't do anything. But whenever you see that, you want to pick that up. That is the eggplant that I was referring to earlier. You don't really want to be picking this up, but if you want to go for like safeties, you can. It won't take too much time to pick them up. There's another health over here, I think. Oh no, that's an eggplant. There's another health somewhere, I think, or something. But never mind. There's 2 eggplant things if you want to get both, but I get none of them, personally. The most important thing is this over here. That's a pair of sandals. That makes you run quicker. You want those almost every time. I think almost every level has a pair of sandals. You want to get that immediately. That's the one you want to pick up there. So what I like to do is I just kind of like fall off, slash it, or down slash it. You can do a lot of different things. Then you wait for it to spawn, because when you slash it open, you have to kind of wait a bit before like it lets you pick it up. Now what I do is I just skip everything here. I just jump, and then I kind of just like boom, wait for it to spawn, and then you pick it up. Alright, so I'm going to put another save state here. Alright, this is the last screen of the first level. So now in this level, you'll see a lot of like conveyor belts. Some will push you backwards, some will push you forwards. So you just have to kind of either memorize or just know, you know, just looking at it which way, which one pushes you which way. So yeah, jump, jump, jump slash, hold right, jump slash, jump, crouch under, jump slash, hold right here because this one's moving, jump slash that guy. Now there's lasers, just jump through them. Ideally you have full health. If you don't have full health, then you'll have to wait for them to move, which kind of sucks. Now these birds here, actually, it's not important to kill them, but I like killing them. It doesn't waste any time, and it makes the boss fight a little bit more safe, because the birds carry on into the boss fight, and they linger there a little bit, which can be a little annoying sometimes. So I like to kill them. So I do this, this, and this to kill them. Simple as that. Now here's the boss fight. The boss fights are pretty simple for the most part, and there's one common thing between pretty much all the bosses. There's like a few exceptions, but that's because you cheese the bosses. Most bosses take 5 hits to die, and the most important thing is the fact that after the 4th hit, you have to wait much longer than the first 4 hits to get the 5th hit in. So basically you're going to do like 4 quicker hits, and then after the 4th hit, you're going to have to wait like twice as long as that before you can sneak in the 5th hit for the final kill. So you'll see that here. So the thing you're hitting in this boss is that purple like lantern with a face that's going to be sticking onto that like pole in front. So you want to hit this 5 times, of course. You can do this in many different ways. I personally like to just stand under it and just do like really short hops and up slashing. So you just do 4 quick hits, wait, and then sneak in a 5th hit. The problem with the 5th hit on this boss specifically is there's going to be a bird flying from the right, and it's going to attack you downwards. So if you're not fast enough, that bird will get you. So if you feel like you're going to get hit by it, you can just like safely dodge that like bird pellet and then just attack it from the left side. So I'll try to show that off here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there I jumped too high. You don't want to do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 5. Oh, no. So then I missed it. So that's why you have to wait really long for that 5th hit. That just shows you how long it takes sometimes to wait for that 5th hit. Some people like to attack it just from the left side. They just kind of chill here and do this. Like, whatever you're comfortable with. As long as you get that 5th hit in. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nope. Okay, so, I mean, you gotta get used to that 5th hit. That 5th hit is, like, really scary on this boss specifically, but it's not so bad on the other ones. Alright, so that's Fast Food Land. We're gonna move on to the next stage. Next stage is here. So yeah, you could also buffer here as well. So like, after the stage is done, just hold right, and now hold A here. Boom, you're in the stage. Okay, this is Miniature Land. This is not too hard of a level. I think this is a little bit easier than the fast food one. Okay, here you want to jump as late as possible. As you can see there's these boulders that spout out of the volcano and hit you. First of all, you want to get hit by it while you're jumping. And then second of all, you want to jump as late as possible so you can land on top of this volcano. Otherwise, you'll like land on the side of the volcano and it's awkward. Minor time loss, but just wanted to point that out. Okay, so once again, just do a lot of jump slashes like this. The sandals are right here, so I like to just do like a really big jump with 1 slash while holding the slash button. And it seems to work very well. Here you just clear out a bunch of enemies, doesn't really matter which ones you do it on, just as long as you don't get hit. Now here I like to jump at the the red gate thing over here, this right here. I like to jump from here, do a full jump from here, and I'll get you cleanly in this hole. And then once you land down here, there's going to be like a kind of a platform like this, and I like to jump as close to it as possible, or else you're not going to make the jump for whatever reason. So I jump. Oh, let me make a save state. So I jump from here. That makes it in the hole, and then here, if you just jump from here, sometimes you don't make that. It's like this. You get these weird jumps like that. So I like to try to jump as close as possible without bonking into it, hopefully. Yeah, because then you get these weird things like this sometimes, and it's just kind of awkward. So try to jump as close to it as possible. Yeah, see, exactly. That's why I try to get as close to it as possible to make that easy. Now here, there's a health. It's really quick to pick up. It barely wastes any time, and in the race, I recommend picking it up. And there's also, you can go up. Oops. Okay, you don't want to touch this thing, by the way. This is an emergency exit. You don't want to go there. You don't want to leave the level. Some older routes went this way. I think it's maybe like a smidge slower. Doesn't really matter. Just do whatever you're comfortable with. I like to wait a bit and pick that up for safety. Kill this guy, crouch under these things. Now, if you have 3 health, you can, or 2 health even, you could damage boost through this part right here. So I just walk into this, because you don't really have an opportunity to jump slash, which is kind of slow. So I like doing this with 2 health, because this gives me a leeway. Like, if I mess up the boss, I can take 1 hit. This boss is very straightforward. I'm gonna do a save state. Same concept as before. 4, wait, no. So I got hit there. That was bad. You don't want to get hit. You can do this without taking a hit. And you can stand really far back, as you can see. Like, you don't actually have to stand that close. Like, your range on that slash thing is, like, pretty huge. So that doesn't hit him. That doesn't hit him. This hits him. So you ideally you want to stand, so this is kind of cool because the pause like outlines your sprite like that. You want to stand right above your life counter, and that'll hit him just fine. And it'll get you out of his range of his like extending arm thing. So yeah, I just like to jump into him, get that first hit in, land near the life area, and then just as soon as you land, full jump attack, full jump attack. Just keep on doing that, and after the 4th hit, and then you want to wait a smidge and then hit him for the 5th. Simple as that. 1, 2, 3, 4, wait, 5. Like that. Alright, that's Miniature Land. Very simple stage. And like I said, you can play it safe with the health or not. Up to you. So once again, you can buffer right and buffer A. Okay, this stage is the train stage. I personally don't like this stage a lot, and it's mostly because of this first half here while you're inside the train. I'm not really good at it. You could probably watch the top few runners do the train, because they do it much better than I can. I'll try my best to explain, but I highly recommend you watch other people's videos for a better demonstration. You can get like a really nice pattern through here, and I don't really know exactly how to get it every time. But yeah, I recommend just watching those videos for, you know, a smoother train. But I'll try my best to explain. So I like to do a jump slash and then attack while you're falling down to get clear of those guys. Same concept here, you really want to just jump slash things. You'll see a lot of these purple guys spawn. Just keep on attacking. There I didn't jump slash, that's not good. So you can play it like really safe here. You can do like a lot of things to like slow down and make sure you don't take a hit. There are a few health pickups you can get, so don't worry too much about your health. Obviously they're slow to pick them up, but you have options, right? Oh, see, I got stuck. Okay, this, I want to point this out real quick. Kid Niki's head is super huge, right? It's really hard to make this jump here. So there's like the chairs in the train, and then there's like this, for some reason, like this pole over here, which I guess is just trying to like show a door or whatever. It's hard to sneak into right here, diagonally. So this is kind of similar to that previous level where like there's a jump that's like awkward and you want to get as close to it as possible. I recommend doing that here as well so you don't bonk into whatever. It's potentially slower because you might bonk to the chair, but at least you'll make the jump. So, you know, experiment with this a little bit, see what you're comfortable with. There might be some visual cues. I haven't looked too much into this. Just try your best to get through this as fast as possible. Alright, so if they're above you, you want to do that. You can do a lot of things. You can also, like, while they're behind you, you can just, like, jump and then down slash, and that hits them without you stopping. Now, if you watch, like, the top runners, what usually happens is you'll get to this part with 3 health, because you did it properly, and then there's going to be a purple guy chasing behind you. And luckily, in one of these bells, the first one over here, this one right here, there's a health. So what the top runners end up doing is they take a damage boost off this guy. Like, they'll just run into him, and it's fine because you'll just pick up the health and go back to 3. And then in this one over here, this second one, there's the sandals, and you want to pick that up. Now remember, when you slash open these bells, you have to actually kind of wait like a half second before you can pick it up. So try not to go too fast because you might end up like opening up the sandals and then trying to pick it up, jump out, and then you didn't pick up the sandals, so you have to go back down. I've done that a lot in practice. Hopefully you're at 3 health here after picking up the health. If not, there are backups. So what I like to do here is you jump and slash to get this one, and then here you just kind of like jump, and as you're falling, you pick up that one, and then you go up here. Right, so I'll do a safe state here. So that's the first part. The first part is really annoying. That's probably the part you want to practice the most in this level. But even the second half has a lot of technical things too. So now you see these pegs here, these pegs. You're just going to be wanting to jump from peg to peg over the course of this entire train. And they're not full jumps, they're like medium jumps, basically. And if you do this correctly, you won't get hit by anything. All the enemies are going to fly under you. So you just kind of do this. Like just medium jumps. This will get over everything. Don't have to worry about these guys. Now, when you're at the last one, there's gonna be like a set of like 4 girls throwing things at you, and in like a Mario-like staircase. Now this, I personally like to do like a less than medium jump, like somewhere in between a short jump and a medium jump off of this last peg, and that'll let you slash 2 of the girls, or one of them, 1 or 2, and then immediately do another jump slash, and that clears off the 3 top ones. You'll jump over that bottom one. You won't even end up getting near like this bottom one over here. So hopefully I do this right. So it's kind of like, no, so I missed that slash. There, like that. Except you make that jump. Like that, there you go. So that clears off everything, and you're still holding right the entire way. Don't worry too much, just try to not get hit. It's kind of hard to do that. You might find like a safer strat maybe to just like down slash, land, clear them. Whatever you want, like health is really important this stage, so I recommend trying to conserve as much of it as possible. Now what you're going to do is you're going to end up being on top of this bigger train here. And there's something really important to note here. There's a bonus screen up top here, kind of like the bonus screen in the fast food land that we did, but there's no pit in this level. If you just walk on top of this thing, you'll just end up hitting the bonus. So you have to jump at a specific spot to jump over that bonus, and I'll show you where that visual cue is. So I like to look at these, I don't know, like these darker rectangles here, and I count to 4, and when I get to the 4th one, I do a big jump, and that jumps over the bonus. So I'll demonstrate where the bonus is. The bonus is like right here. Bam. And if you want, you can go in here and try to pick up these things, but look, you can't jump high enough to get a lot of these things. You can only get like those 2. However, there is a frog transformation, and that lets you jump really high, so you can do this to get all the others. I don't recommend going here, but if you really want to, you can. So yeah, since the bonus is there, just jump at the 4th rectangle, and you won't hit that bonus. Okay, so now here I like to do a full jump. So here, this is like a whole like memorization part. There's a lot of things here to get through this screen non-stop without stopping. But I'll also show off some backups too. There are 2 additional health refills here. But first I'll show it as intended, assuming you have max health, or even 2 health works. I'll show you what you can do. All right, save state. So full jump. I do a short slash, big, boom. Okay. So it's kind of hard to explain while I'm doing it, but short, big, slash as you're falling down. That clears those enemies pretty easily. I think it's pretty consistent. Boom, boom. Alright, now from this platform here, you want to do a medium jump, not a full jump. And then as you're falling down, slash, that'll kill an enemy. So it'll look like this. Boom, boom. Alright. And then as you land on that, you jump up and you land on this. Now, some of these blocks are destructible, like this. You actually do want to clear these, because then you don't have to make... Like, you're basically going to make it to these platforms easier. So, medium jump, boom, boom. Here I like to down slash to land on this. Boom. Oh, so that was too early. As you're falling down, boom, boom, down slash, boom. And then here, there's another one over here. This thing right here, that's another destructible one. If for some reason, if you do a full jump and try to slash it, it won't work, and you'll just end up falling down over here, and it's really awkward. So just do like a short jump slash, or maybe like a slightly more than a short. So it looks something like this. Now there's health over here, I think. No, not here, sorry, it's this one, right? Yeah, okay, so here's a backup health. If you're at like 1 health, or something and you really don't feel safe, you can grab this one over here. And there's another one right in this one right here. I like to pick up this one because it's a lot more on the way. So if I'm at like 1 HP or 2 HP, just pick up this one. Now the boss is right over here. There's a couple ways to do this. There's a safe way and I guess like a faster way. Or maybe not even faster. You could probably do it either way. If you're at max health, you could just simply do this. So you just stand up here and just like keep on attacking. You will kill him. Guaranteed. But make sure to stand far back. If you stand up right in front of his face, he'll kill you. But if you stand right in the middle and you just do that, you're gonna win. Now, if for some reason you're not at max HP, you can't do that, right? So the backup strat is to just do this. Just land over here, and then you can stand over here, and you can also do the same thing, just mash over here. He can't hit you from here. And there you go. You could also time the hits too. If you know the rhythm very well, you'd probably want to time the hits instead. So you could do like something like this, wait, and then attack. You can do something like that. Either way, very, very easy boss. So, yeah, that's the train land. Okay, now, after train land, you go immediately into the next level, because the train takes you to this spoopy land. So if you finish the boss, I think you just buffer A, and it'll work. There you go, and you're in the level immediately. Now, what's kind of tricky about this is that as soon as you enter this level, you'll see there's a platform right next to you. You have to jump immediately as you enter the level, and I forget this very often. As you start off like running this game, you'll run into this problem of like, oh god, I have to jump right away. So just try to remember that. It's gonna be hard. I forget it every time. But anyway, I'm gonna save state here. Now this level is interesting. We're gonna be actually going out of our way to pick up some eggplants here. You don't have to technically, but there's two that are on the way that don't lose you any time to pick them up, and I highly recommend you pick them up because they kind of give you some safeties in case things go really wrong. So the first eggplant is in this first bell over here, and you can get this without stopping. So ideally you want to jump to here, you jump and right slash this thing, and then you kind of just like jump again, pick it up, and then down slash the umbrella enemy that's going to spawn around here. Like that. There you go. So you can pick that up without stopping. So it's if you can do it, get it. If you miss it, whatever, it doesn't really matter that much. You can kill all these enemies. This level is also very straightforward. Now here you have these crocodiles. Oh wow, that was very evil. Okay, now crocodiles, they're moving to the left, right? So if you're walking on the crocodiles, they're actually going to slow you down because you're trying to move right, it's moving left. It's kind of like the conveyor belts from the first level. So if you're going to land on the very far left side of a crocodile, it's actually beneficial to do a short hop so that you don't lose that speed. So it's usually like every second crocodile where you do that. So I like to do a full jump to land on the back of the crocodile, and then you do a short hop, boom, boom, boom. Alright, kill all of these enemies again. Now here, I like to jump at this hill. There's like two like mini hills over here. I like to jump from this one, and that'll usually get you over this thing. Okay, now everything is kind of out of whack, so it probably doesn't look right, but that's okay. Here you can just damage boost. You could also try to jump over it. Either way works, because over here there's going to be health pickups. Like so. Alright. And there was also an eggplant there, also important. Those are all free, you'll be back to full health, and you should have 1 or 2 eggplants at this point. Once again, eggplants are not mandatory, but if you can get them, you can get them. So now you can up slash that one over there, get the sandals, you move faster. Those are easy platforms. Now here, you're gonna have these, I don't know, these kind of like spoopy things with white hair shooting stuff at you. You can avoid like the first couple of them. I jump from, over here. These small hills again. It's like the same visual cue basically. I just jump from here, and that'll get you on top of the house that's coming up. So it's just like this, jump. Oh, sorry, no, a bit further. The second one on this one. And then I just walk off. Jump slash if you want. Here I just slash, and then I just do this and ignore that one. And there you go. That's the end of the stage. Now the boss is a giant tree, and what's kind of interesting about the tree is you kind of have to wait longer between each hit because the hitbox is like the tree's face that like spawns every now and then. So you have to wait even longer than normal bosses. So if you do it right, it should look something like this. There's a lot of different ways to do this boss as well. Wait, attack, boom, kill enemies if you want, wait longer, and attack. It's basically like that. You could probably shave frames off of what I just did, but that's the general idea. I like to like line myself with the right side of the tree, and then attack upwards like this. So just kind of like, boom, wait, boom, take the damage, boom, kill these things, boom, I just took another hit, be careful. Anyway, if you have full health, this is basically free. There's almost no way you're gonna mess this up. So that's the spoopy level. Now, after the spoopy level, it just automatically takes you to the next level, so all you gotta do is just buffer A. I don't think you can speed up the movement, because it doesn't let you move backwards or anything. It's just gonna automatically move you there. So this is the cave world. This is a really interesting level. There's a lot of different strats you can do here, and I'll try to show off as many as I can without wasting too much time. But yeah, it's kind of a tricky level. So the first screen is not too bad. Like I said, just jump really close to the edge. Oh, there's another eggplant there. I didn't know that. Well, there you go. You have another backup eggplant that doesn't really take much time to pick up again. But the most important one is the 4th bell, because that gives you the sandals. So, jump, jump, slash here, pick up the sandals, and you're going to damage boost off these 2 rocks. It won't matter, trust me. Boom. Sometimes the rock will spawn here instead of over there. Same thing, doesn't really matter. Just try not to fall in any of these pits, except this one. You're going to fall down in this pit right here. That's going to take you to another part of the screen. I don't even know what is this way. Don't go that way. You want to go down here. Alright, now here... So you land over here, right? Now, if you can fall straight down. That's, like, the fastest way to do this. And you want to be really careful with these pits, too. I noticed that if you, like, hold right too much, you could actually end up killing yourself in these pits. So it's best to just kind of, like, barely fall off, and then just let the game push you down. Don't hold right. I've died a few times, and I had it on stream happen, so just don't do that. Now, I like to do a safe strat here, personally, because I'm at 1 HP right now. And the very first thing in the next screen is very difficult, I find. There's like a very precise strat you need to do to not get hit, and there's no HP in the next screen. So if you die, it's not a huge death because you'll just respawn in the same room, but you do lose like, I don't know, like 5 to 7 seconds or something if you die there. So what I like to personally do to play it safe in case I mess up that precise trick is there's a health right here. So I like to fall down and then hold right, slash this thing, and then just do like a short hop and do this. Which takes you to the next screen. And you'll see in the next screen, like, it's immediately action. You're just, like, killing so many things in that room, it's very scary. So yeah, I like to do this personally. I just do this. I also down slash as I enter this room, so this thing's already broken. But yeah, anyway. So, this next screen, I'll try to explain it as best as I can. You want to hold right as soon as you're entering the screen. You're going to see these 2 enemies over here. This jellyfish thing that's going to kind of jump out at you. And there's this other jellyfish in the air that's going to shoot a shuriken at you like this. So, there's a few strats you can do here. I like to do the world record strat where you jump from like this line roughly, maybe like a bit before, a bit after. Experiment with what works best for you as a visual cue. But this 3rd line, so you have the 1st block, 2nd block, and 3rd block. I jump from here and do a full jump. You slash this guy, and then you're going to end up landing, I think like here or something, or maybe actually I have to kind of like experiment with this to see if I'm doing it right. Let's see. Okay, like that, yeah. So you up slash this guy, or no, wait, or forward slash. It kind of depends where you are when you jump, like, because if you jump like later, then you want to do like an up slash. Whatever's most consistent, but yeah, as you can see there, you can kill everything and not get hit by the shuriken. If you wait too long like this, then you're basically dead. Yeah, see that shuriken gets you. There's an alternative strat where you can like short hop here. You kind of like short hop and get under like that. That's another strat you can do. So whatever you're comfortable with, as long as you avoid that shuriken, you're good. Or if you pick up the health like I do, this is not a problem. You can take this damage, and you're technically fine. The more HP, the better in this screen, I say, though, because there's just so many things that can wreck you here. So I like doing that. And this is flowing water that flows you backwards. You want to jump as much as possible there as well. Now here you just kind of slash these guys, crawl under here, and now here's another backup health you can get. I like this one as well. It's on the way, I get it real quick. Picking up these 2 health, like, doesn't really lose that much time, loses like less than 2 seconds. Like, I timed it compared to like the world record. It's really not that out of the way, and it's really good for a raise. So I like to pick that up. I think there's also an eggplant here, maybe. You could also get this one too. Whatever you prefer to do, doesn't really matter. Do like a side slash and do this. Yeah, that's probably the best thing you can do if you want to play like super safe. Alright, so get these things. So you can crawl under these ones, no problem. Do like this. Now here, you just slash all these. Boom, boom, boom. So here's just a bunch of just... It's just something you gotta get used to. It's kind of hard to really explain in words. It's just kind of crouch under this and then just continuously attack while jumping and stuff. I just got hit there. You don't want to do that. Now I'm here with full health because I grabbed all the health pickups. You can end up being at 1 or 2, or you can end up dying if you don't pick up the health refills. Now another thing I recommend with this boss, there's a lot of different ways you can fight this boss. I think the safest way, personally, is the shield, which is this one right here, the second one, which you go one left. You could also use this, which is like an up, like you get like this wider, like long-range attack. Like, I'll show it off, I guess. You get this thing, and you can attack upwards like this to defeat the boss. And then you could also use the shield, which I recommend using the shield if you're just starting out. This is like a really easy way to kill the boss. Either way, there's a lot of different ways. So the fast way is to not use anything. You just go here and you YOLO this, because you don't want to enter the menu, because the menu's slow. Now this jellyfish, you can't hit him right away, even though he's not flashing anymore. You'll only be able to hit him once he shoots out like that giant like bubble. And it's like a little bit after the bubble gets shot. It's not immediately when he shoots the bubble, it's like a split, like not a split second, but like, I don't know, like 0.2 to 0.3 after or something. It's like, you see it and then use like human reaction time to go up and hit him. So if you do this fast strat, you basically wait for that, and then you just kind of just jump attack, jump attack, jump attack, and you jump as soon as you land. You get 4 quick hits really quick like that. And you want to stand kind of to the right, but not too far right. Like where I'm standing right now looks pretty good. If you stand right under him, he'll just instantly damage you, so you really don't want to be directly under him. So you want to be on the sides, but you don't want to be too far to the right or else your slash is not going to do anything. So you want to kind of align yourself, which is kind of hard because there's a water pushing you. So I like to go here, wait for the bubble, boom, 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 wait, boom. That's the quick kill. So that's the fastest thing you can do, really. And that skips the menu. Now, if you're worried, you can choose one of these 2 weapons, whatever you prefer. I've never really done this myself, so I'll try to do it. So you have the long-range weapon thing, so you just kind of spam this. I took a hit there, though, but yeah, you can do that. You could also use the other one, which is the shield. I think this is probably the safest. And you can just kind of jump into him with this. You can get like 2 hits in one jump, I think, if you do this right. There, 1, 2, there. Yeah, that's probably the fastest you can do with the shield. So you just like kind of wait for that bubble again, jump, stay in him to do 2 hits, jump, stay in him to two hits, wait a bit, and then jump, and he's dead. So whatever you prefer, it only takes like, I don't know, 3 seconds to switch to the shield. But if you're confident with the other strat, you can do that too. That's why I like to do that strat. I like to get the health refills and then just go for the quick kill. So I have health into the boss fight, and then I just go for that. Or if I get the health and I get wrecked by the room leading up to the boss, then I just use the shield. So it kind of just depends on how well you do the stage. Alright, so now we are in the next level. What is this called? I don't know. Oh yeah, Spaceland, this one. Okay, so once again you can buffer A, save state. So the sandals are right here at the beginning, so you want this one right here. Now this is a very tight, this is a really hard level, like, to get all the optimal strats. There's a lot of really annoying things about this level, so you want to practice a lot here. So the first annoying thing are these eggs. There's these little chicks that shoot shurikens at you. Now what you want to do is optimally, you would land on the very far left of these platforms and just keep on holding right and do the jumps as proper as you can. Now if you're scared of that and you don't want to take too much damage, you can just kind of like play it safe and kind of like stop your jumps and kind of like land in front like this. But yeah, I think you absolutely need to not do that for this one if you want to do the crazy skip. I'm trying to be like super optimal with these jumps, trying to showcase what it would look like, and just holding right and not getting hit. Alright, this jump right here. I'm gonna actually do a save here, hopefully this doesn't wreck it. But basically, there's this moving block here, and you want to land on the far right edge of it, jump immediately and do another full jump, and that skips a cycle. So let's see if I can do it. Like that. So that's pretty, like, as you can see, it's pretty difficult. But if you're good at timing your jumps, then this is the strat for you. I'm probably not going to do this in the race. What I suggest is just kind of like stand on the left edge and crouch, and then just get the next cycle. Like I said, it only saves 2.5 seconds, so if you're not confident in that, like I am, just do this. You could also like land on this thing. There's an eggplant there. You could also do that to pass the time. You could do this, get the eggplant, and then go. You have options for sure, but yeah, you can't hesitate at all here. You have to just go all in here. So you keep on going, do a full jump from that block, Lots of full jumps. You don't want to get stuck. I full jump from here. Jump on these platforms. Just keep on landing on these things. Okay, let's do another save state. There's some enemies here. So I think there's a few different ways you can tackle these, but I like to just down slash, down slash, down slash. There's a way to do this without stopping there like that. So, but what's kind of scary is this guy. That guy can hit you if you're not fast enough. Like if you kind of wait and then do this, he'll hit you. So you kind of have to like down slash like immediately almost. Like that. And here you want to jump as early as possible so you don't bonk into this. Like if you jump from here, you'll bonk. Minor things again, but they add up. Oh yeah, and another thing to note is that these guys here, you want to like down slash like from right above them. You don't want to like stand in front of them or else they'll hit you with their like spinning thingy. So try to jump like above them and do that. Yeah, and this guy, that's why I like to do this as a safety for that guy. It's not a huge deal, but yeah. Now this part, the stars. Okay, this is really rough. I'm pretty bad at this. Hopefully I get it just fine. I'm gonna do another save state here, actually. These stars are really weird. They could easily make you fall off of them because of the way they move and like what their platforms look like. It's pretty awkward. So you kind of just have to get into a rhythm here. I try to aim for like the dead middle of them, which is like the top part of the star, like this part. Oh wait, do you not see my cursor right now? Oh, there you go. Like the top part of this. I try to aim for that and just do like short hops across these things. It's gonna take a bit of practice to get used to these jumps. Because otherwise you can end up like kind of slipping off the stars and then like that. See there, that's a problem. Sometimes that happens and you like kind of lose control and then you're just falling in a pit. Now, if you're falling in a pit and you have extra eggplants, which is basically any amount of eggplants at this point, because you only need one to beat the game, really, or like one to do the optimal strats, you can just go ahead and transform into a bird, which lets you fly out of this sticky situation. So as soon as you see you're about to die, just go all the way to the right and transform to the bird, and then you save yourself, and then you kind of like, I guess like hold A to fly. I don't know if you can like untransform. Oh yeah, you can untransform if you want. You can like start and then hit left, and that brings you to the X over there. Hit start again, that'll untransform you. So you just have to get used to like the transform mechanics, but that can save your run, which I didn't know about until recently. So yeah, you can transform midair and use the bird to get out of falling into a pit. And you can use that anywhere. If you have an eggplant anywhere and you're about to die by falling in a pit or something, just transform into a bird forehead and you're good. So let's see if I can demonstrate the normal strats, assuming I don't mess up the stars. Oh, see there, I got a little choked up there again. So that's why if you land on the front of it, you kind of get that weird like slipping animation. So you want to like kind of jump to like, yeah, you don't want to jump on the front of it. You want to jump on like the back side of it. The middle backside is where you want to be. That's the sweet spot. So just try to get those jumps down like this. And you can jump from this star to here, and jump from here to here, all the way to here. And here you have to wait, unfortunately, and then you can go. Okay, next boss. This is a pretty easy boss as well. The only hard part of this boss is the positioning at the beginning, I guess. But it's really not that difficult. So stand on top of the lives. Oh wait, that's not close enough. Okay, so a little bit, kind of like in between the lives and the eggplants. You want to stand like, kind of like here maybe? Yeah, that works. Now you don't want to stand too close because then he'll hit you, and that's a problem. Like here is too close, I think. Oh, it's not. I'm surprised. I was probably really close to getting hit. Okay, like this would probably hit you. Yeah, so don't stand that close. Like stand close enough so that his hair is just kind of like barely sticking inside him, like inside of the eggshell, and just spam up slashes. Now once his eggshell pops up, he has no hitbox, so you can freely walk in him. So you can just like start standing inside of him anywhere and start spamming up slashes, and then he's gonna start jumping to the left like this, boom, 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 and you're just gonna follow him and do jump slashes to the left until he's on the left side of the screen, and then you just continue doing up slashes again. So it looks something like this. Oh, let me try it again. So about here, spam up slash. It's 5 hits. Now the shell comes off, you stand here, up slash, and then just do this, and then up slash, and he's dead. And that's the quick kill pretty much. And as long as you have full health, you can do that. If you don't have full health, that's kind of a problem. I think there's like 1 health refill in that stage. I'm actually not too sure how you would tackle that if you don't. I guess you would use your eggplants and use a shield, maybe? If you did it correctly, and you got like the 2 or 3 eggplants from the previous stages, you can afford to do that. You have a lot of options at your disposal for safety, I guess. So this game is like pretty nice in that regard, I guess. Okay, so now this is the second to last level, the Maze Land. Let's do another save state here. Okay, so this is another level where you're introduced with a platform right as you enter the stage. This is another one you have to remember to jump right away. Now what you're going to do is you're going to end up jumping up to here. There's a bell over here that contains an eggplant, and that's the necessary eggplant. Like, you're always going to get this eggplant, because you have to. Not really have to, but it's just like, it's your one eggplant that you're going to eventually use at the end of the run. So yeah, you just jump up here, slash the guy, and then do like a weird short jump as close to the pink wall over here as you can, so you can sneak in. So yeah, so jump slash, boom. You could actually make the jump in here without like having to like go up like this, like that. You can kind of like sneak in somehow. You do like a short enough jump. Once again, minor stuff, but you can save frames here and there with jumps like that. Alright, now here, right after this section, so the second bell right here has the sandals, so you want that. And then immediately after that, there's going to be this section with like rising and falling blocks. The optimal way would be to like fall off this platform here, land on a block, and then jump out of it. So let's see if I can get that. Oh, I didn't save it. I thought I did. Boom. So you do something like falling, pick it up, like that. Okay, that was pretty good. Alright, so you're going to continue to crouch up here, go up here. Okay, do a bigger jump that time. Do a bit of a wiggle there so you don't get stuck. Go up here, crouch under this, and then crouch under here. You'll get hit, it's fine. This brings you into a pit, and then you go over here, and you skip a significant part of the level. So now you're already in the second half of the level. Now here there's a few options. I like to personally do a safe strat here. So you're going to take damage here. I'll show the optimal strat first, I guess. I'm not used to this because I don't normally do this. You can full jump from here, and you just jump slash a bunch of guys here. Boom, 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 boom. And then you're through. Then you go up here, and you go up here. But now you have to do the rest of this section with just 1 HP. This section and the boss. The boss is not so bad, but some of the enemies here are like really tough to hit. You have like a very small window to hit the enemies. So I like to do a safe strat that gets you an extra HP in case something goes wrong in this section here. So this is what I do personally. There might be a way to do this even slightly faster, but I like to just jump up here, do this, and go up here, because these bells have some cool stuff. So the last one here has an HP. So I slash that, pick it up, and then do that. Now I have 2 HP for the rest of it, which is a lot safer. Of course, this is quite a bit of time, but in a race setting where you're kind of scared. Because if you die, it brings you all the way back here, which is a pretty huge death. You're probably going to lose like 15 to 20 seconds if you die in this screen. Or even more if you get to the boss. So I like to do that, personally. There's probably a way to do that like slightly faster. I haven't really done too much. I just want to get up here so I can get the free health like this. Oh, yeah, and you have to wait there. Be sure to wait, because when you slash those bells, it takes a bit of time for it to actually spawn its hitbox to pick it up. Okay, this part. Here's the true maze section, I guess. Now, you could do, like, these, like, tiny jumps to be a bit more optimal, because then you get to your falling speed a lot quicker. So if you want to, like, be super fancy, you can, you know, find visual cues. I think it's, like, kind of like line yourself up with the poles. Seems to be a very common, like, lineup. Maybe slightly before. Yeah, anyway. Now, you're going to want to do a kind of tricky jump here. It's not super tough. It's kind of like the corner jumps of Mega Man, but it's a little bit easier because you have quite a bit of room to work with. So you can see the block below me. There's kind of like a black outline. I like to jump when the left foot... That's how far you can stand off this thing. So I try to like align his left foot with the edge of this thing, and then jump from here to here like this. It's not too hard. You can maybe even jump earlier than that. So that's too late. So yeah, that's why I like to aim for that black border like this. Seems to work very nice as a visual cue for me personally. Now here's the toughest part of this section, because you're killing 4 guys in like 2 seconds. It's like super quick, so you have to do this properly. You're gonna do a down slash, a forward slash, an up slash, and then a forward slash again in very quick succession with like a few jumps in there. So it kind of looks something like this. Down slash. Okay, so I messed it up. So that's why I get the health, because I'm scared of this part. So down slash, right slash, up slash. Oh, I missed the jump. If you miss it, just do that. But you get the idea. Down slash, right slash, up slash, forward slash. There you go. Once again, you can do these cheeky little jumps, and now you're at the boss fight. This boss is pretty much RNG as far as I can tell. The boss can spawn in 4 different corners of the stage, so basically you just want to stand on the middle block and then just kind of react to where he ends up going. So let's show off this boss. So you start off by going to this block, right over here, stand like the middle of it, and slash, that'll connect with it. And then you'd go to this middle block right here. And then, yeah, like I said, he either spawns here, 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 or here. So you're going to stand over here, and if you're at the top, I just do like a full jump, late slash, full jump, late slash. And now for the ones where they're down here, it's a little weird because the fastest way would be to, let's say if it spawns over here, you would fall down above him and do a down slash. But if you mess up your down slash, you could accidentally get hit by his hitbox. So what I like to personally do is I like to instead go around this way and then just do a forward slash because it's way more consistent. It probably loses like barely any time, but it's a lot safer that way. And same thing, vice versa. If he's on the right side, I go around this way and forward slash that way. Alright, so you go to the middle. These jumps are pretty awkward, so try to get used to that. Forward slash, late jump. Or I mean, forward jump, late slash is what I meant. And he's dead. This is a pretty easy boss, honestly. Nothing too much to worry about. Alright, now we're in the last stage. Once again, you can buffer A here. What does the start of the stage look like again? Oh yeah, it's a boss rush. Okay, so this is the boss rush. This is probably the scariest part of the entire game. You have to fight, how many is it, 6 bosses? There's a lot of bosses. There's a lot of bosses all in a row, and you can't die. If you die, you get sent back to the very beginning, which is here. Between each boss, there are these like little like sections where you can go grab bells and get some HP, but it's really slow, and there's only like 1 HP that's really worth getting because it's on the way. So I don't really recommend it unless you really want to play it safe. And of course, there's a lot of boss strats here that you can do with like your eggplant power-ups. I'm going to try to demonstrate all of them without the eggplant power-ups because it's just faster to not enter your menu. If you want to look at strats with power-ups to be safe, I recommend either Deln's PB video, or I think even Infinite Mysteries, GDQ run or PB also use like safe strats with the power-ups. So if you're feeling like they're too hard without the power-ups, do that. But I recommend trying without the power-ups. I didn't have too much trouble. There's like maybe 1 or 2 bosses that are kind of tough without power-ups, especially this first one. So I'll show off like I guess 2 strats with this first one. So unfortunately you don't have the sandals yet. You do get the sandals after the first boss, I believe. So it's not too bad. I'm gonna make a save state. Now these doors, you have to slash them open. Obviously you want to jump slash them. You can do it in whatever way you prefer. You can do like a buffer, like a big jump like that. Either way, as long as you slash it while you're jumping, you're good. Alright, now this boss. This boss is like really hard to do without the power-up. At least do it like optimally. So I'll try to show this off. I'm gonna pause real quick. Okay, so this guy's kind of based off of like the first boss from the first Kid Niki game. He's gonna like shoot like this puff of smoke or whatever, and then another puff of smoke. Now you could actually cancel that second puff of smoke, and that's what you want to do. So what you try to do here is you line yourself up with these lines here. So you kind of want to jump from while you're in the middle of these 2 lines. I think it's probably best if you line up with this line and then jump. Experiment with this however you like. But basically you do like a full jump or like almost full jump, and then you want to slash right at like the soonest possible moment, because if you slash too late, he'll still shoot his second puff of smoke and push you back, and that's really slow. So I'll try to show off the optimal strat. There, like that. So there, I actually hit him without the second puff of smoke. Now if you're too late, like this will happen, and you can't do anything while you're getting pushed back like this. So you really want to try to jump and like slash as late as possible, like that. And then you just time jump slashes like this, and on the last one do a big jump and then slash. That's the optimal kill without the power-up. Now, if you don't feel too confident with that, you can just switch to the long-range weapon, which is this, and then just attack him from far, like this. And then wait, and then attack again or something. I haven't really practiced with this strat because I never really learned this, but I saw Deln do this in his PB. Something along those lines. And you can do that without getting hit by the puff of smoke or something. So if you want to look into that, use that strat. Now, if you notice there, at the end of the fight, if you stand past the middle point, like over here, the game will actually force push you to the middle of the room. So, kind of like Mega Man style, there are some Mega Man games where you want to like position yourself in the middle before moving on. You want to do the same thing here. And where you want to stand is roughly here. Most of the rooms, they look the same as far as the floor goes. I like to line up his right foot like a little bit past the line, like over here. This line right here. If you stand like about here, maybe a bit to the left of that, like this, he won't move and you'll be able to go right. Now, you basically have to wait for like the music to change or whatever, and then you hold right. You could also like just like spam wiggles until you see you can move right. You can do a lot of I like to just time it. Just stand right here and then hold right. Now you're going to use your first, I guess, mandatory eggplant, because this lets you get the sandals, which are pretty important. So there's a few ways to do this, but we're going to be using the frog, which is the first transformation. So the world record does it like this. I jump at the second gear, which is like this one right here. So you jump from here, do a full jump, and then go to your menu. It's just right and then start. And then after you hit start, you can buffer right and A, and you'll get another jump in midair as the frog, like that. You'll end up here. You untransform right or right by doing left and start. There's a health right here, so if you took a hit to that first guy, you pick up the health. But the sandals are right here, which are the most important thing. If you use that like long range power up, you can attack downwards here to break the door sooner. It doesn't really matter too much. Just do this, and now we're gonna do the next boss. So the next boss, there's a quick kill. There's only like one hit that's kind of hard to do, but the rest are pretty simple. I'll show, I guess, a safe way, and I'll try to do the quick way. So let's do the quick way first. So you slash right away here, slash here, wait for it to drop down here, and then you can do like a jump like this, and then spam. Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe you want to stand to the right. That was basically the quick kill. I just missed like one hit. Slash, boom, and then like stand here. That's basically the kill. I mean, you could do it like slightly faster than that, but you get the idea. Now, if you miss that fourth hit, so let's say you do this, and then you like miss this hit, just like stay here, and then just up slash like that. That's what I usually end up doing. It's not that much slower, but you get the general idea. The first three hits are very consistent, where you slash like this, and slash over here, and then you can just kind of do whatever you want from there. Very, very easy kill. Open the door. Alright, this is another pretty simple boss, but it can be kind of rough if you don't do your jumps right. So you're going to see these like statues. A random one is going to drop down. You're going to slash it in the front, jump over it, slash it in the back. Do that again a second time, and then the fifth one, you just like up slash whichever one spawns. If you do it wrong and you miss one hit, you're going to end up losing like an additional cycle, which is not good. You're going to have to hit a fourth statue. Alright, so this is what it looks like. So you just slash, backslash, slash, backslash, and then whichever one spawns, this one, slash it instead. Then you stand around here, wait for the explosions to finish, and go. Okay. So that's the third boss. Now the fourth one, this one is a weird one. It's kind of tricky. So I like to, so you can do this in a lot of different ways. I never practiced this way, but I've seen people do this. Okay, hold on. So I used to just do this and land on this, but that's technically slower. You could actually hit him while doing a jump like this. Boom. Go up here, and then just mash attack. 4 hits, wait for the fifth one, and then boom. Now, as you can see, the floor is not there, but it respawns. So in that last hit, you want to make sure you're landing as far left as possible so you can land on that platform that spawns. Otherwise, you could do something like this, where it's like boom, 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 and then you do like this, and then you die. So don't do that. And then something like that. Align yourself in the right spot. Wait for the explosions. I was like a bit too far to the right there. Alright, second to last boss. Boom. Boom. Watch out for the spark thing if you can. And wait. Very simple. The spark could actually go left or right here, depending on whatever. So try to aim yourself on either the right or left side and hope you got lucky. This is actually like really weird that I'm at full health. I'm usually at like 2 or 1 at this point. It's very common that I get hit by the spark here, because you just don't know where it's going to spawn. I guess you could, like, wait for the spark to spawn, and then go up and attack. You could also use the long-range weapon here, too, if you feel, like, unsafe from jumping. So you can just chill in this area and just up attack or whatever, and you're good. So, once again, there's a lot more, like, safe strats with power-ups you can use by watching, like, other videos that use it. Like I said, Delton's video or Infinite Mysteries videos. Oh, wait, so I accidentally used it there. Let's not do that. So I missed a hit there. It's fine. You can go under that spark, by the way. There you go. Go to the middle. Alright, and now last boss. Save the game. I guess I could save closer. So this boss you could also do in a few different ways. There's like a super risky strat which I never bothered looking into. You can like use a shield and go under the boss and then just like duck under the correct princess or whatever, but I haven't really looked into that. I don't recommend it either, especially not for the race. So you'll see here, you're gonna have this evil spirit in a robe. You're gonna have your princess that you're gonna save who's pink, and then the other three are like red-orangish. Sorry if you're colorblind, but basically the top one here, this is the good princess. Don't hit this one. Those are the bad ones. The ones that are the other color, there's gonna be 3 of them. You can slash all of those. You're gonna slash 5 times and you're good to go. And you're gonna see that the robe here is gonna like shake. That's my visual cue to jump and attack. So it should look something like this. So robe shakes, attack, attack, attack like this, go over the fire, boom, avoid the fire. Oh, whoops, I missed. Alright, it doesn't really matter. You can do this in a lot of different ways, really. You can also like take damage on purpose. Boom, boom, boom. You can sneak in a hit there. Boom, and boom. Just be sure you don't hit the pink one, because look what happens when you do. I'll do a save here. So if you ignore this, you instantly die. So don't kill your princess. It's not a good thing. So shakes, attack, attack, sneak in a hit there. So I took a hit there, so I'm standing too close, that's what that means. And once again, the 5th hit, you have to do it later. So maybe stand a bit far back. Yeah, you probably actually want to stand kind of like in between the health and the life, actually, now that I think about it. So you want to stand like here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, anyway, yeah, you can do this in a lot of different ways. Just come up with a strat that's comfortable for you. And then that's time. RTA timing is here, when the explosions stop and the door spawns. The big 20 timing is when the... Actually, no, wait, they changed it now, sorry. The big 20 timing is when the door spawns. When you see the door, that's when you know it's time. I think, like, RTA, it's, like, frames off from that. I think it's, like, technically when the explosions stop. Either way, that's the final split, and that's Kid Niki too. Hopefully I didn't drag on my explanations a bit, like, too long. I tried to cover all options while going as quick as I can. I might try to edit this to make it a little bit more condensed if I blabbed on too long. But hopefully this helps. Yeah, it's probably gonna end up being like a 1 hour long tutorial for a 10-minute game. I'm sorry if it's too long. I try to condense it as much as I can without editing. So yeah, good luck to everybody in the Big 20. Hopefully this game is enjoyable for you. I really enjoyed this game, personally. Really, really good game. So yeah, good luck with Big 20, guys. Take care.